What's up again, ladies and gentlemen? This is Thomas and Toners presenting from the Datework channel. I'm also be starring on YouTube as well for this full audio clip and video clip. And also I'm going to jump onto Spotify and also Google Podcasts and a few other podcasting streaming services. So please check out the links in this video. And all right, let's get started. So today's topic I want to bring about is, and something I've been getting spitting into my DMs every now and then, is finding a dominant man from a female's perspective. Ladies, it's your turn. It's your turn. What we're finding is that a lot of these women in this modern age want a dominant, masculine, alpha characteristic individual, right? But what we need to understand, and the common problem so far with modern women, is that they're very independent, right? And this isn't a bad thing, right? A woman that loves to, be financially stable, have a great job, have an extremely good social life, likes to party hard, likes to have her stuff together, likes to have hobbies, likes to work out, keep fit, healthy. She has, I think I've already said, a social life. She has a good nutritional habits. She does all the right things, right? And she has other hobbies or other interests that she likes to pursue on her own, likes to grow her own business, or if she has her own business, to grow that as well. And these are all fine traits, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And women and men alike all need to do the same thing and have that independence of their own self-interest to satisfy themselves in life and go down their own path. So I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. The issue lies in coming together in a relationship or dating. Now, hear me out, ladies. Hear me out. I really like to use this term, and it's called interdependent. So I'll break it down. Interdependent, right? The problem we have, especially for our young alpha men out there who are trying to find a nice, high-value, feminine woman, is that what's happening is there's a shift these days that women are getting high-paying jobs, they're a lot more financially successful, they have more hobbies and interests, they have great social lives, they look after their bodies, generally speaking, right? They do all the extra work on themselves, and they feel this entitlement to find this guy that's an alpha guy, but they keep finding these guys that are more, for the generic term, beta men that are not as alpha in traits. This is what you need to understand, woman. This is what you really need to understand for my women out there, right? If you're trying to find a man that is assertive, that is dominant, who's confident, who lights up a room, who's a very good communicator, who goes for what he wants, is financially driven, career driven, right? Has all these very alpha leading traits, right? He's gonna want a woman that's more female in characteristics. What do I mean by that? If a male is very dominant, very assertive, very forthcoming, very honest, very transparent, very intimate, and very into your face and staring into your soul, as I am doing right now, then he's looking for a woman that's the opposite. He's looking for a woman that's more vulnerable, is more emotionally open, a little bit more needy, right? Someone that is willing to let their guard down around you and lie on your chest or lie on your shoulder in times of need, who's going to be nurturing to this man, and is going to show support, love, and he's going to let the man be the protector in the relationship and be the leader in certain areas within the relationship. That's important. I hope I'm following right. I hope you women are listening to me in regards to this, right? Because it's really important, right? If you're a woman that's trying to find a very masculine man, but you're a very independent modern woman that's going through life, you're going to struggle, because men that are very alpha dominant are looking for a more vulnerable, emotionally available, nurturing and supportive woman. Let's put this in perspective, right? Let's go back to, let's say, 2000, 3000, 4000 BC, right? So we're talking before Christ here, right? Back in the whole animalistic era of, hunters and gatherers and tribes, right? What we found that if you remove all the modern society's elements, such as, just everything, right? Back then, things were very basic, right? It was the male's job to be the protector, to be the leader, to be the hunter, and to provide for his family. And what was the role of the female? She was the carer, she was the nurturer, and she was the supporter in the relationship. That's the biological traits of a woman and a man, right? Where it gets skewed in modern society, right, is the sense that we live in a more modern society where women are surrounded by all these self-empowerment of other women who, you don't need a man to do this, you don't need this to be like this, men are obsolete, you can just, you can pretty much adopt a baby these days, it's no issue at all. You can not choose to have kids at all, take on your own career, have your own life, just have sex with guys, and it's absolutely no issue at all. But if you're truly finding someone to actually settle down with, you're going to struggle. And I'm telling you because this is the truth of the matter. Only if you're looking for a very masculine guy. If there's a power balance in the relationship where the female is a mix between, very quite femininity and a bit more masculine in traits in terms of her independence, and the male is the same, then that's great. That's awesome, right? It works. But everything is a balance. If someone is more independent, assertive, controlling, and here, they're going to want someone that's more on the opposite, because then, a negative and a positive cancel out, right? If you're both dominant, you're going to both fight constantly because you're both trying to gain the power in the relationship, right? And this is why I say the interdependent emotion is that having a guy and a woman that have their own careers, their own ambitions, their own drives, their own interests in life is absolutely awesome and great. I have nothing against that. You have to live your own careers, grow your own selves, and be the human being that you honestly want to be with the optimal version of yourself. What I'm saying is the interdependent part is the cohesion between you and your partner, right? Spending time with your partner, you have to switch yourself, right? As our fellow men out there, right, we're allowed to drop our guard around our woman because we're allowed to be given that right, that she's the nurturer and she's the carer, and she's going to listen to our feelings and be receptive to us, right? If you're going to be the woman that's going to be pushing and nagging and saying, why are you coming across as weak and why are you doing this? The man's going to feel insecure. He's not going to want to talk to his girl, and he's just going to want to get rid of her, right? That's how it's going to work. So for ladies, my ladies out there, if you're a very strong, independent woman and you have a lot of your career ambitions in place and you like to be quite assertive and controlling and you like to just do things your way, but you still want a partner, unfortunately, you're going to find a guy who's not as alpha, or he's going to have to be extremely alpha and extremely up there, depending on where you consider yourself to be in terms of a dominance level, right? This is really important, right? So they're either going to be extremely dominant and assertive, and they might even be to the point where if you're too up there, you're not very good then at showing your emotions, and then you lose a deeper connection with that partner, right? But generally speaking, what's going to happen is if you're a very dominant, independent woman, you're going to find a guy who's a lot more beta and a lot more considerate and open, and the nice guy, right? The nice guy, the guy that's always considerate about you and always letting you take control and you be the lead, right? And he'll be more the follower, right? like they say, the sheep, right? And if you're cool with that, you're cool with that, right? That's the balance, right? But if you're a dominant, independent woman, but you're looking for a dominant alpha, independent man who's got those traits of assertiveness, career-driven abilities, strong communication skills, goes for what he gets, doesn't hesitate with things and just is a go-getter, you're gonna have to be more feminine, because that's what men want. That's what true alpha men want. That's what I want. I've learned the last year to really take control of my emotions and take control of my life and my career. And I'm doing things. I'm getting shit done. I'm putting my foot down, and I don't really give a fuck about other people think, because that's the reality of it, right? But my partner is a lot more nurturing and emotional and supportive, and I love that because it's a balance of what I need in terms of that. If we were both fighting for the top, fighting to be leaders in the relationship, I'm talking about just the relationship, then there's going to be this constant fire on fire on fire on fire. You're just adding fuel to the fire, right? You have to choose in the relationship if you want to be one of two things, right? Do you want to be the temperature gauge, or do you want to be the thermostat? What do I mean by this? The temperature gauge goes up and down depending on the temperature in the environment, right? So if the environment gets hotter, there's more friction, there's more tension, the temperature gauge is going to go up, and then the other person's going to go up, and then you're just going to keep elevating until you keep arguing on a more intense level, and then you're going to get absolutely out of hand. It's going to be chaos and a lot of arguments, right? Or you can choose to be the thermostat. So the thermostat is what controls the temperature, right? So if you notice your partner is getting more heated or more aggressive or whatever, you go, listen, baby, I'm not going to do this, right? We're just going to take it chill and just talk to me. Let's just talk it out. You gotta be on a different level. You gotta be on a calmer level, because that's the level you want to be sitting at. You don't want to be stressed out with your partner. You want to be enjoying yourself, right? And this is what I'm getting to, and it's really important, especially for my women out there who are looking for a strong, dominant leadership guy out there with dominant streaks. You have to show your more feminine, vulnerable, cute, playful sides, because that as a man is very attractive in what we need as men for our future partner. And again, this doesn't apply to everything else. It just applies to relationships and dating, right? But again, it's all a power balance. If you're not willing to sacrifice your superior dominance as a woman in your career, then unfortunately you're going to sit with a guy who's not going to be as dominant and more of a follower, because you're taking the charge, right? And again, this is only in relationships, not anything else in life, just in relationships, right? Do you want to protect her, or do you want to nurture her? I'm talking to my women out there. You have to decide what you really want. All right, my fellow women out there, and to my guys, thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to follow my YouTube channel and also my Spotify accounts and Google Podcasts and whatever I'm going to upload onto. All right, guys, I'm out. Enjoy yourselves.